Bring it full power in now. MiG pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James alongside Major Patrick Crowsdale, and we're going to be doing a flight on the MiG-21. We already did a tandem. That might already be out or not. I'll put the link in the description to that. But for this one, it's just going to be me flying, Patrick for backup to help talk us through, because this will be now my 4th flight on her. And this is the high performance version. We never did a video on Motion RC with the high performance version, so that's the in-runner inside at a great price. I just happened to see the price, on there. $345 in the US. So she is a lot of bird. She's a significant 80mm bird that looks awesome in its scaleness. For that price with the power. I love it. I love it. I'm going to be flying it today on a 5000 Admiral, your basic recommended pack. Patrick flies his on a 6000 now, and it can definitely take it. I wouldn't go lower than that. Your flight time might drop to a portion. I'm getting at least 3 minutes on this bird at this, and that's perfect for a jet of this nature. And overall I got the 10-channel Admiral stability, 10-channel Admiral with a satellite and a Hobby Eagle gyro in front. I think the gyro really helps this kind of model, because you were talking about those ailerons really being close to the wing.
They're pretty close into the fuselage, and any airplane that has that tight aileron fuselage distance there has a really fast roll rate.
Yeah.
The A4, you can see, those tiny little wings, they just love to roll quick. So having a gyro on it really kind of helps settle some of that stuff out, and of course softening up your throws will help too, but yeah.
Yes, so as far as my throws go, setting everything being equal, I'm at 75% on my elevator. There's no high or low, that's just where I am. And I'm at 70% is what I'm flying at like a mid-rate. I'm 60, 70, and 75. I just like that 70 for the entire flight. So I didn't even bother changing them. But other than that, Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Patrick, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's take it off the MiG. So I'm gonna go 50 flat and take it off. Get her up. Gear coming up. Flaps going out. And I'm still at full throttle to get my speed. Now I'm gonna bring it back to half throttle. You see she tracks really well.
Yeah. Looks
good. Now I'm gonna turn it in, turn it and burn it, and go vertical. Let's hear it. Bring it full power in now.
That's a good sound.
Going vertical. Gonna bump over, and now I'm gonna glide it past. And then Patrick, you were talking, this baby loves her some high alpha.
Yeah.
So I am not that great at it, but I'm gonna go full flaps.
There you go.
I'm about 50% throttle right now. I'm gonna get the stakes high. And now I'm gonna point that nose up.
All right, cut your throttle idle, slow it down. And now add the throttle back in. There you go. Manage, there it is, right there. Working it, look at that. Beautiful, keep that nose in there.
Whoa.
That looks fantastic.
Whoa, whoa. One day I'm gonna do that an inch off the runway. But we're gonna have to grow to that on this channel, guys.
Yeah, she really loves the high alphas. Delta wings love it. They do the high alphas really well, and this is a Delta wing with a tail.
What really causes that? What allows it to do it?
It goes back to that wing shape that we talked about in our Learn to Land video. The difference in a Delta wing is, in order to produce a lot of lift, you can produce a lot of angle of attack. And so with an airplane like this, you throw that nose in the air, you produce more lift, and off you go, high angle attack.
She sounds so good. I was just listening to Patrick's, because your MiG still has the original system, and you can tell.
Yeah, definitely.
We can tell the difference in it.
You can see the difference in the speed too. You walked away from me. When we put the power in, you just kept moving.
Yeah. You'll see that on the tandem. But I think all that really means, Patrick, is, at this price, you're just gonna have to get another one.
Oh man, yes, absolutely. I don't have the blue one, I have the silver one, so why not?
The blue, I love the blue one. And now as far as the two schemes, this blue one comes out of the box, all schemed up, painted, and everything. Decals already applied. The silver one comes out just base silver, and I think you get about 6 or 7 decals inside. So I'm at 30 seconds on my timer. So that means I'm about 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. This will be my last pass. And I'm gonna take it about half throttle just to show the camera. And now we're gonna come around and work into a landing. Gear coming out. I am going to 50 flat. Now I'll go to full flat.
There you go. Wind is good.
light.
It's dealer's choice, man. You can.
Dealer's choice. So
Yeah.
talk me through this,
All right,
Patrick.
so you're going to slow the airplane down. Let that nose settle. There it is. Now, once you've got that nice pitch angle like you got, start working that throttle in and out. A little more power. There it is. There it is. Manage that power all the way down. Idle it out and flick. Boom. Look at that.
Look at that.
Nicely done, James.
You make it so much easier
Nicely done.
when you talk me through it. Ay, ay, ay. Still rolled off the end of the runway, but she carries some speed.
The MiG is a great airplane, and the more comfortable you get with that high alpha, you can do that when you land and really get this airplane to slow down.
Do you think on grass you could almost
Oh yeah,
what would
absolutely.
it be,
Just
three
set it
tire,
down.
like
Boom.
plop
Yeah.
it down, kind of?
Yes. Now for me, I love the scale look of landing the MiG and letting it roll out long, because the real MiGs, you know, they need a lot of runway.
Yeah.
And so I like doing that, but yes, this particular model, you can almost 3D it. Slow it down, throw its nose in the air, and touch it on the grass and stop in probably 50 feet.
Wow. All right, guys, for the nature of these videos, we don't cut the camera. Alex is gonna come over, take this camera, and we're gonna walk over to her. I parked her, and just check the timer. All in one shot. It is not easy to do this, to try to do the whole intro, the talking through. Hopefully you got enough of what you wanted to see in the air,
I think you did nice.
and then to, you know, finish up the video. Makes it tough.
Big question is, do you have the checker with you?
I do.
Aha!
I do. Alex asked me before. Checker is here. But guys, look at how significant. First things first, I'm gonna hold it up. I'm forgetting what the name is, but there's some sort of Russian guitar that I guess the Russians nicknamed this plane. But looking at it, you know, you could strum it. Would be, I guess they're I feel like a folk singer, like B.B. King sitting here with jazzing it up. But a lot of amazing detail on this MiG, guys. The entire shot cone, all plastic. It screws in nicely. You could see that in the assembly video. The link is going to be in the description. I walked through this entire plane. You got the drop tanks. They are just magnetic. So, you know, if you do have a rough landing, one of those popped off on me on my first landing. I'm not sure if I pushed it in all the way, but either or. But everything looks, it really is a stunning aircraft. Take a look inside, guys. Plenty of room. So as Patrick, as I said, 6,000 is going to fit in there, 5,100. And if you go to the Hobby Squawk forum, guys have put this model's been out a while. So guys have put this through its paces on all the batteries. But that's where I'm CGing. There's a, you know, like a multi-function control board, not the blue box. It's like one of the white ones is in there up front, which makes it easy for your receiver. My gyro's in front, everything's up front and out of the way of the electronics, which I like. But I did run a satellite to the back, so more than enough, you know, coverage, if you will. And I'm on pretty much a little nose heavy of the CG, which is about 265 millimeters from the leading edge. So we're about right in the middle of this. What would you call that? Just a, you know, bubble on the side.
You're just right in the middle of the empennage. So right
The
there in
empennage.
fuselage.
Of course.
Empennage,
Of course.
empennage,
Of course.
Fuselage. Yeah. So right there in the middle of it is where you're CGing.
Sweet. So now let me take the battery out. And again, you got landing gear, flaps, everything you would need. She's gonna sit on her butt a little bit. And where do you think I am?
I'm gonna guess
31.
2789.
I'm at 378,
What's that percentage?
30%.
Oh, I was a percent off.
378. So
378. So
honestly, think about it. I only did really one I did 2 fast passes on that, and I was doing some gliding there for a bit. And match with I was probably, I'm gonna guess, because my useful throttle time, I'm 30 seconds over. So I was over 3 minutes there. I was probably 4 minutes maybe on the camera. You could probably push this a little while. I think, now you could attest, the in-runner is gonna be more efficient.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
I think you were expecting my battery to be lower than it was when I took off, not thinking, oh, he's got the in-runner in there. But the in-runner, guys, it just is in a more efficient system. So, you know, the fact that you're getting that now in most, if not all soon-to-be Freewing models is just an added bonus to take a plane that is already gorgeous and make it that much better and just bring it up to date. Because there is nothing else I think you can do to this model to make it any more scale.
Yeah, no,
you know,
and in fact, I think the 5000 with the in-runner is as efficient as the old one with a 6000, except it's faster and more powerful and lighter.
Gotcha.
So this, that's
and that's
the
the
way to
difference.
go.
I do see people talk before we get out of here. You know, a lot of people always chasing those milliamps, and you know they want more flight time, but there's a happy balance. You know, like just because a plane could fit, this plane could probably fit a 7000, but then the weight and the power you're gonna need, you might cut time. You know, there's gonna be a point, there's a bell curve, and there's gonna be a point where you start sloping back down. You wanna be at the top of it, and it seems your basic 5,000 Admiral with and the in-runner is a sweet spot. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this flight. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. Alex on the camera, always keeping everything in shot and getting all these beauty shots that I hope you see over me. And like, share, and subscribe. Check all the links in the description, and we'll see you next time at Motion RC.